Iman, the Spurs, they really put the clamps on the defending champs last time, and they contained SGA pretty well.
Yeah, they kept a hand up, they kept a hand out. They was in passing lanes, they was in his handle. Every time they got at the end of the shot clock, they sent a little bit of a double, but a double that was conscious of the pass. They wouldn't let him get his guys going.
You don't see Shea score less than 20 very often, but this has not really been Chet's series.
Well, when you're going up against that at the rim, I don't blame him, but he was awesome the first 2 rounds, and now he keeps running into number 1.
Wide open look here at 3, and it's just a little bit off here. Holmgren, he's only averaged about 11 a game in these West Finals, and to your point, he averaged 18 in those opening 2 rounds here. And then the Thunder, this is usually what we see the Thunder do to other teams. The Spurs were turning them over here, Danny.
Yep, getting active, deflections.
Look who's handling the ball.
Hey!
Wemby finishes with the jam there.
Physicality.
You got to stop selling calls, because we don't care. This is what happens. This is what happens when you sell the call. Hey! That's what happens when you sell calls. Stop selling calls. You stronger than that. I know you stronger than that.
Well, the Thunder, they allowed 25 points off those 20 turnovers, and they lost that game here. And the Thunder, they only scored 82 points here. That's the fewest in a playoff game by a team with the best record in the NBA. Yes, I know that's a little convoluted. Since Miami in 2013. That was also
against the Spurs.
Yes,
you know,
it was, DG.
A little defense over there.
Let's take a listen to head coach Mark Daigneault after this blowout loss.
That's the trick. You know, I think when you play 12, we've played 12 playoff games. When you play 12 playoff games, they're not all going to be masterpieces. So as much as you want to win, there's nights where you just don't have it for whatever reason.
Yeah, they just punched us in our face early. It's 2 games in a row. They've come out the aggressors.
You talked before about priding yourself on making your teammates better. Just what are some things you think you can do to help get Chet a little bit more involved offensively?
Yeah. I mean, Chet's an easy target to find, so probably just like find him more in the dunker or when he's spacing. Just put him in better positions to use his strengths as an offensive talent.
Excuse me?
Whoever, keeping it real.
Whichever one of our producers put that thought bubble up there, y'all are a little bit wrong for that. But I do appreciate Shea's honesty here, and it's something that we don't always get. And so I do want to encourage that because we get to see a little peek behind the curtain here, and the numbers back him up, right? Chet hasn't taken more than 10 shots for 5 straight games. That's the longest stretch of his career. What do you see?
I mean, basically, his answer didn't give you much. It was Chet's got to do it himself. He's got to be more assertive. He's got to be more active. And with Isaiah Hartenstein in the lineup, he's supposed to be the guy free running, like be a free safety, block shots, get rebounds. Isaiah's doing a lot of dirty work with Wemby. I know Wemby's a tough guy to match up against Brian. You see number 1, but you got to find other ways to be active, getting offensive rebounds. You know, knocking down a shot. That confidence, he needs that. If he gets a 3-ball to go, that'd be nice because previous series he was shooting like 48% from 3. But you can do the little things, and when you got 2 bigs out there, that's where you take advantage of the smalls and be active. If he does that, it'll open up the game for him so much more. Obviously, it'd help him a lot if he had A.J. Mitchell and J-Dub, but he's got to take this on himself.
Now you got it, because Chet doesn't get his own shots most of the time. He gets set up by the perimeter players and the ball handlers. Their ball handlers are not there, okay? If you look at this season, if you're looking for a soft spot, where can we get to Oklahoma City? 21 games they played without A.J. Mitchell and Jalen Williams, both of them together, okay? 21 times, including the playoffs. They're 11-10 in those games. 11-10. Now, there's asterisks in there because a couple of those games were full rest games. You know, Shea missed a couple of those games. So the point is this. When you don't have 2 of your 3 main ball handlers, your entire offense is going to go downhill, and Chet Holmgren gets pulled down with it. So you can yell at Chet if you're a fan. You can say do more. But part of it is they don't have these 2 guys. And in all honesty, if I were the Knicks, I'd be listening to Sham's injury reports very carefully on those 2 guys because it didn't sound good to me the rest of this season.
Yeah.
It's going to potentially impact who you might play, what the quality might be when they get there.
Chet's got to do a little bit more.
He's got to.
I'm sorry. I get it, though.
For Jalen Duren, right? Like
the handle, the ball handlers not being there. They're going to hit him for some sprays. They're going to get him some easy ones. But it's a lot of these, it's rim running. It's effort. It's knowing that Wemby is going to try and block this shot, so now I get a free run at the rim and I can get me a tip dunk. It's knowing that you can set a pin down and they're going to have to flex a little bit more if one of my guys get hot, and I'm going to dive down here and try and get a quick one. You have to find ways to be out here and be aggressive, to go a whole game and say, when you look up and say, man, I only got about 10 points, knowing that you got guys down, you got to pull a little bit more out of you. So I think that SGA didn't want to disrespect him as a teammate, but he is trying to challenge him in the same sense to say, hey, man, we need something out of you, and I can't do it for you. I can't do it for you. I'm not even 7 feet.
I think right now SGA is like hoping for a miracle for AJ or J-Dub. AJ's had this incredible series, man, this incredible breakthrough season. He's actually established himself as the number 2 scorer for the Thunder. 20, they're like 10-1 when he scores over 20 points per game. He helps Shea out by his driving, by his spacing, and he's also a great defender.
Yeah.
So, but when J-Dub goes out and he moves to the starting lineup, then that means that great bench, their superpower, gets a little lesser. Now he's out. Casey Wallace is in the starting lineup.
Yeah.
That's really destroyed the big superpower for the Thunder is their bench.
Yeah.
And that's something I don't think has even really been talked about much is now, like, once they go to the bench,
not a lot of firepower
right now.
Depth of the Thunder has been something that has been one of their superpowers, and now with 2 key guys down, that's something that's certainly going to play a factor here for OKC as the series shifts back to Oklahoma City. But on the Spurs side, I loved this last night, right? Did you guys see what De'Aaron Fox, he told our friends on NBC, Maria Taylor and the crew on their post-game show after the game? Yeah, he said that it was El Jefe himself. He said that it was Greg Popovich that gave them a speech that said that we need to get this done. So for more on that, let's bring in our reporter covering this series, Michael C. Wright. Michael, what exactly happened there? Because I just love that Greg Popovich kind of infused himself back in that role.
Well, let me take you back to last season, Malika, when Pop was recovering from the stroke. When he addressed the team for the first time, Keldon Johnson was telling me about the whole thing, and he said, when Pop walks in the room, you shut the F up. And that's exactly what happened after Game 3. Pop came in there, the whole staff was in there, all the players, General Manager Brian Wright was in there, Mitch Johnson, everybody. And he basically told them, hey, this is BS. Like, what we're doing right now is not San Antonio Spurs basketball. And basically, look, you just had a 60-win season, and this is how you want to go out? I was told years ago by the current CEO, R.C. Buford, who used to be the GM, he told me that Pop is at his best during the darkest hours. And Game 3 was a dark hour for the Spurs. And really, like, Pop coming in there, it speaks to the relationship that he has with current coach Mitch Johnson. Those two, they talk all the time. And look, it would be malpractice if Mitch did not lean on the wisdom and the corporate knowledge just walking around that building every day. And going back to the dark days, I can give you several examples, like the dinner they had in Miami after they lost it in the finals to the Miami Heat. I think our guy Danny Green was actually at that dinner.
Well, we're gonna check, didn't you?
Yeah, we're gonna have to get some firsthand experience from Danny Green on this. Michael C. Wright, thank you very much for that insight. What was it? Eight seasons that you had under
yeah,
Greg
7.5. I'm very familiar with Pop's tongue lashing, and to this day, still scared of him. He puts the fear of God in most guys. When he said, when you walk into a room, you shut the F up. You guys have seen Casino, Goodfellas, all the mob, Godfather.
Yeah.
That's what it's like when he walks into a room and you're trying to become a made man. So if you come in, he's going to let you know he's the best in the business, and he thrives in these moments, the dark days, as Michael said, because he loves these type of moments where he can give you a nice little tongue lash, and he's great at it. He's the best in the business at it. But they know what's at stake here. They know what this opportunity is, and I seen Carter Bryant. He's a young kid that I saw last night. It made me feel like, I'm not saying at home, but I remember that being me. Like him being so emotional, want to do so good, but this is going to turn him into a player. They're building a lot of character in these moments, but Pop is letting them know, giving the sense of urgency. You're at home. You're behind. I don't care if it's 2-2. You got to go in with this mindset, and you got to be greedy if you want to be champions, you want to be great. So him doing this was great to see, and it also reminds me that he's in pretty good health to be able to do that.
Right.
So I'd love to see that he's able to walk in that locker room, but he puts the fear in God and guys, and he puts that pep in your step. And you could tell by De'Aaron Fox's interview after the game that he was fearful and he was scared. And I was like, yeah, I know those film room sessions very well.
It's not just guys. I could say that as a sideline reporter, there was no interview that I got more nervous for than chatting with head coach Greg Popovich.
Word.
Don't ask the wrong question. He'll make you look
the
stupid. He'll be
wrong
nice to the ladies, but certain guys,
Yeah, he will make you look dumb.
look real stupid.
I bet it's wine, though.
Oh my
That wine
goodness! So
collection.
now we got a series. It's all tied up here in the Western Conference Finals. Still to come though on NBA